Yes, it's Vintage Radio with me, and I've got little Kev as well.
Little Kev.
Good morning, Kev.
I haven't been called little Kev since I was about 5.
Yeah. All right then, big Kev.
And,
right,
and that's not for on the air.
It's just gone 9 o'clock, so we'll have another look at the weather. Looking outside, he said he got nearly blown over. Was it that bad?
It was windy and wet and miserable.
Yeah, well, it is October, isn't it?
Yeah, but we had 25 degrees last Thursday. I had my shorts on last Thursday.
Yeah. Now that was a sight.
I told to take them back off.
Right, so this morning will be cloudy and with misty and patchy light rain. This afternoon there's a chance of a few bright breaks, but it will tend to stay on the cloudy side. Moderate southwesterly winds, only moderate.
Moderate.
Tonight the skies are likely to remain quite cloudy overnight, and there will be some mist and patchy rain or drizzle. There'll be a light southwesterly breeze as well. We've got top temperature of 16 degrees. It's going to be a little bit warmer tomorrow. It's going to be 17. Right now it's around about 13 degrees. So there's your weather. And right, Kev, what have you got for us?
I said to you before off air, if anyone out there who's listening uses Instagram, you'll know at the minute you can't log into it. And as I say, when we do the tarot and stuff, people comment on Instagram. And normally, well, most of the time, if they comment, I'll take a screenshot of my phone. So I've got the number saved, and I never, because it never goes down. And if you go on the Telegraph website and whatever else, it's actually down, so I can't get the number to do them. So we'll have until if that comes back up, we can obviously put a little bit of something different, because you're excited for the Giants.
Do you know what? I missed them last time. The first time they came.
How can you miss them? They're 25 feet.
No, what it was, we were coming back from Blackpool in the car, and we were heading towards the Birkenhead Tunnel. Yeah. And I came along the Dock Road, because we come back through Southport, and we came along the Dock Road, and when I got to Leeds Street, there was a big crowd down the bottom, and all the road was blocked off. So if it had carried on down, we'd have seen the Giants. But then I turned down Leeds Street and went down to the next junction, which was ahead of them, and got through the tunnel. I didn't even know that they were there.
Well, this is the great thing. They're over both sides this time, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to take the wife to see them at New Brighton. And she said, "Oh, well, we won't get to see them." I said, "Of course you will. They're massive." And she bought me a set of binoculars the other day.
For the Giants?
No, she just bought them. We were in the Prince Market and saw these with night vision as well. That means I can look through the neighbour's bedroom window. No, I didn't say that. No, anyway. I said to her, well, you get down there early enough, because you won't be able, I should imagine you won't be able to park along the prom anyway. Yeah. I said, so we'll be on the other side of the dips, and you'll see them, not a problem. So anyway, I was, funny thing is electricity. I would have to subject.
What's going on?
I've been having a problem at home.
Yeah.
And I thought I'll charge my batteries up. I've got these special batteries for my camera. I'll make sure my cameras are all okay and everything. So I put the charger in and I switched the socket on, and it blew all the lights, the sockets, everything went. Yeah. And this has happened a few times when I've plugged some. I've gone to switch the kettle on and they've all gone. Anyway, I phoned my electric supplier and they gave me this number, and these utility people came out, and it was free. They came out. What it was, the main fuse. There's two main fuses, and they were loose. They should be screwed in tight, and they were loose. So of course every now and again, and also the earth lead was faulty. So they fixed that, and they said, "Oh, there's your problem," and they tightened these screws up. It's great now because I can plug stuff in without everything going off.
I was saying, we'll come back onto these in a minute, but I wanted to say, I wasn't here last week. I was over at the Labour Party shenanigans, us lefties, wanting equality for everyone, and I was on the.
Well, everyone's equal. It's just some are more equal than others.
Some have got more equality than the rest of us.
I wish she'd go away.
I thought we had a visitor. I thought we don't need the cards. We can talk right here. Yeah. I seen Mr. Chairman as well, Roger.
Did you?
Yeah, he was on there was a march on Sunday for
Which chairman
the
are we
People's
talking
Vote.
about?
The chairman of Vintage.
Oh, Roger.
Yeah.
Funny enough, he's just emailed now.
Oh, was
Good
he?
morning, Roger. He said, I'm enjoying the show. It was great to hear Gene Pitney's Mecca again. He bought it at the time. He's 71. Why does they have to, why does every, you read something in the paper, so-and-so, 38, and
Yeah.
he's 71. He's off. Well, he doesn't look a day over 70, does he?
No, it was great because, I mean, like, he's the chairman of the station, and when we went over, I was on this march, the People's Vote march, so we all get a second,
Yeah.
give us a second vote. And he didn't even recognise me at all. That's great, isn't it? The chairman of your own radio station that you appear on doesn't even know you.
Has he seen you, though?
Of course, excuse me, I've got one of them faces.
Yeah.
But last week...
I've got a face for radio.
You haven't even got one of them. Last week was quite good,
Ouch.
you know.
I'll get you a place.
Went to a few of the fringe events and everything else, but it was good, you know. But as you said, the Tories one's on this week, so I wasn't going down to Birmingham.
No.
I couldn't afford the train.
I'm surprised, you know, they didn't all get a nosebleed. Coming so
Coming
far
that high?
north.
I know, I thought
Coming
that.
so far north. No, my
Excuse me.
argument is this. I mean, I'm socialist as well. But I watch both conferences. And you got people standing up. Now, in the Labour Party, they stood up and they said, we are going to sort out the NHS. We're going to have more police on the streets. We're going to childcare and all the rest. This is what we're going to do. Blah, blah, blah. Now, you say, OK, you know, we'll have to wait and see if you get in power, if you do it. And then the Conservatives stand up and say, yes, we're going to put more police on the streets, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and we're going to do the other. And I'm thinking, hang on, you're in power now.
Yeah.
Why aren't you doing it now? And then you could have gone up and said, we've put more police on the streets, we've put more money into the schools, we've done this.
They won't do it, will they?
You know, but it's like this Brexit, you know, it was based on lies.
Yeah.
So I think there should be another vote.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Now people know what it's all about. You know,
If they would have told the truth from day one, do you know what I mean? But the fact that, was it 52% of the country voted to leave, or whatever it is?
yeah, 49
and
to 51.
You got lied to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It must sting a little bit.
Yeah, well, it does, yeah. I
But
mean,
the NHS is in a terrible way.
before the borders were opened, being a continental coach driver, it was murder. It really, I mean, you had to carry all different, even before the euro, you had to carry all different denominations, you know, different money. And there was one time I was at Gravelines, which is, I don't know if you know, it's on the border between France and Belgium.
No.
And I pulled up and the customs man said, are they all English? And I said, yes. So he said, okay, he said, it's, I think it was 200 Belgian francs or something like that. And one guy says, I'm an American. Oh no. They get him off the coach. They get me off the coach. Why are you telling lies? You said they were all English. I said, well, I don't know, do I? You know? So I got fined 100 Belgian francs. He got fined. He had to have his passport stamped. They charged him for that. I was there for about 2 hours. Now, these days you go over there and you come off the boat at Dunkirk or Calais. Like, let's say you were going to Germany, you come off the boat at Dunkirk, and then you drive through 5 minutes. You're in Belgium. You're on the E40. Off you go through Brussels, across the border into Germany. Not a problem. Not a problem. But it's going to be absolute hell. And people are saying, if we don't get a deal, planes have to travel in UK airspace now. And we say, sorry, you're going to have to go the long way.
See, that's the problem, isn't it? I think a lot gets fixated on the trivial side of it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, from my point, I voted to remain.
I did.
But looking at the point of there was so much money promised for the NHS, and I can understand how it's tempting and how people voted to stay.
Yeah.
But when you find out you've just been sold a bucket of lies, you must think to yourself, well, the NHS is in a terrible way. I mean,
now there was a fella there yesterday, and he said, I want to praise the NHS. He said, my sister had to go in, and you know, it was life and death thing, and they looked after her, absolutely wonderful. These are the same ones who got rid of all these nurses. Now they're saying that you've got to be able to earn a certain amount of money before they let you in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nurses and care workers don't earn that kind of money, so they can't come in. So, I don't know.
It defeats the object, doesn't it, really?
Yeah. Anyway, we got another email off Roger, our chairman. He says, "Hello, Kev. I didn't recognise you, but I remember why. I did recognise you, but I didn't remember why. Sorry about that. We enjoyed the march, though. Yeah, I could have gone, but I couldn't find my shoes."
I got the bronchitis for a week now. Yeah, no, it was a good march, but it just shows, like in France, there was times when people march and people strike and people get on the streets that they get action. Over here. We're all too busy just being polite, and not polite, but we're not. The youth aren't really bothered, are they? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You need somebody to give them a kick up the backside. Say, come on.
I mean, I've always, for the last few years, I've been edging with going into the politics side of it, like, but I'll probably be booted out within a week. But a few people have said, because I'd love to go into it for By Mine, but the thing is, if I went to it for By Mine, I couldn't, because the council we've got by ours, Jane Corbett, a friend of mine, she's great, so you wouldn't want to try and upset that kind of apple cart, you know what I mean? But as you say, the problem you've got is there's too much lies.
I mean, we've got a problem now because our MP for the last 30 odd years, Frank Field, has, from what I can see, he's left the Labour Party.
Has he left the party completely, or has he just stood down from his constituency? Or?
No, he hasn't stood down from his constituency. I must get these teeth fixed. I'm going to.
Put them back in.
No, he did something he didn't agree with, and he stepped down from the Labour Party. So he's going to be a Labour independent.
Right.
At the next election. But he's a nice guy. He's very approachable and everything.
Well, you know what? I mean, you know yourself, you've met like people, can't even speak myself. You've met like singers and songwriters through your life, and I've met loads of people. And we were at the conference last week, and we were at a fringe event by Stop the War Coalition, and it was how under a Labour government it'll be an anti-war government, and I'm all for that. So went to it, and Diane Abbott was one of the talkers. No, the MP.
Yeah. And
she was pretty okay, but at the end people were going up, and I went up and said, "Listen, because I'm a Labour member. Can I have a picture?" And she said, "No."
Ooh.
She said, "I'm too busy for pictures." I said, I never said. I said to me mate, I said, "She's standing by the lift. We're all going in the lift together. Why couldn't she just get a picture with people while she's waiting for the lift?"
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, the Labour Party portrayed this picture of a unity and a social government and friendly.
Yeah.
People were going over asking for a picture, and she was saying, "I'm too busy." This is where she's waiting for the lift.
Yeah.
So all it takes is 20 seconds to get a picture.
Sorry about this.
I haven't said anything that's getting me kicked off again, have I?
Oh yes, it's Ofcom.
Yeah, no, but I only wanted like a picture, and I got thinking to myself, why couldn't she give people a picture instead of standing by the lift? If that was me, and I'd be made up that someone wanted my ugly mug on the
Paul
camera.
McCartney, he's in Canada on tour, and he sort of photobombed a wedding photo. You know, he was on his bike, and and you say, he's just there, and it's hi, and he said, "We're just getting our photo taken. Do you want to be in it?" Now he could have turned around and said, "Oh, sorry, I'm but no," he said, "No, go on then, if that's what you want." He's a very modest guy, Paul. He really is.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? There's a lot of people who, but for me, I couldn't understand it, because if people were going over to her asking for a picture, and she was in the middle of the conference arena
or a conversation. With somebody. Yeah, you just don't do that.
It was at a fringe event, which was in the Jury's Inn Hotel opposite the Echo Arena. So it's a public meeting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Lucky enough, they had to shut the door. There was that many in, but I got there early. And at the end, I thought, we'll go over and...
Well, I wonder what would have happened if you just said, "Look, I am a member of the Labour Party, but I'm cancelling my membership."
She'd have soon got the picture.
Yeah.
But I mean, especially for someone like Diane, who's had so much pressure on her over the last few months.
She was the first black MP for Labour, wasn't she?
Yeah, and she, you know what I mean? She had that much pressure on her, and she messed up the figures live on radio and things like that. So you've got fans
but she's
of her.
not a walking encyclopedia, is she?
No, but I mean, you've got fans of hers there. There's people who specifically came to see her maybe speak, and they just wanted a picture with her, and she was like, "No, I'm too busy."
Oh, that's sad. That
I was like,
maybe she's a conservative in red clothes.
well, was she under Tony Blair? Do you know what I mean? But I think the problem is people get too big above the stations. Do you know what I mean? If I was a famous radio guy, I'd be more than happy to have me mug anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, even when we had the band in the '60s, we weren't a big band. We weren't famous. I mean, the clubs and the Cubas were bigger than us in Birkenhead. The Pathfinders were bigger than us. But sometimes we'd be out. We'd go up to one of the music shops up in Grange Road, and sometimes you get a crowd of girls, and they come over and they say, I need the item. Say, yeah, oh, can we have your autograph? We were made up. Yeah, we couldn't sign enough.
It's a bit of a
turn around and say, well, no, we're in a hurry. We want to go in there. Yeah, it was made. We were made up with it.
I just couldn't understand how. I mean, I've had it with Peter Reid was like that. I remember when I met him, and you just think to yourself, why are you so rude? Yeah. If it wasn't for the likes of me and everybody else, especially for Diane Abbott, because we voted for the Labour Party to be so prominent, and the likes of Peter Reid, who we went to, well, I never, because I'm far too young, we went to match, and whatever else, who basically paid his wages when he played for Everton. And he can't give you the time of day, and then you just think to yourself, well,
and yet
nice
the other side of the coin, a mate of mine, he was over in Liverpool 1, and he bumped into Mo Salah and his lovely wife, and he went over and he said, hello Mr. Salah. He didn't say, hiya Mo, hello Mr. Salah. And this guy said, and Mo said, he said, could I possibly have a photograph? So he says, yeah, sure. So his wife said, I'll step aside. And he got a selfie, And a couple more people came up and they said, oh, it's Mo Salah, and they were sort of nudging in then, and Mo said, excuse me, but I'm with my wife and I'm doing a bit of shopping, And I thought, yeah, and they said, oh, Mo Salah, he wouldn't let us have a selfie. You don't just budge in. The first guy, my mate, he asked him very politely, can I possibly have a photograph? And he said, yes, certainly, not a problem. But these others were then all sorts of nudging up to him, and he just, excuse me, he said, but I'm with my wife, and I'm, And they said, oh, he's a miserable sod, but he's not, if you're polite.
You got it. I remember meeting David Ginola.
Yeah.
My brother used to work in a hotel. I won't name it because he probably shouldn't have let me in at the time. My brother used to work, he was a fitness instructor in one of the hotels over our way. And the football teams used to stay there. And now and again, this is going back a Liverpool played Villa. And I went in, I was in the gym, and I went in for a swim in the steam. And in the pool was some of the Villa players, Lee Hendry and Essan Kashlul. So I'm you know what I mean? Yeah. Overawed, I don't know what to do. And then when I come out, I come out and Ginola was walking past. So I said to him, can I have your autograph please, blah blah. And he went, sure. So I got a pen, the pen wouldn't work. I went, oh. So he went to me, come on. And he took me through the back way, got me a pen and signed it. And I thought,
it's great. And you remember that, and he's got a new fan.
That's it, yeah, because before that, I probably wouldn't have liked him. But the fact that he went out of his way to go and get me a pen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And even I think one of the greatest was, you remember a player for Everton called Thomas Gravesen?
Oh, yeah.
Funny enough.
Wasn't he Swedish?
Yeah,
Danish, yeah.
I was queuing up to meet Kenny Dalglish to get me book signed by him. See, I love Dalglish, and it was in Liverpool 1, and he walks past Gravesen with his wife. So I said to my mate, I'm going to have to go over here. I loved him when he played for us, and he was great. He was there 10 minutes talking about Everton. And
well, the most embarrassing for me was Liverpool were playing Tranmere in I think it was a friendly, and a woman came in with their daughter, and she came in the town paddock. Now what they'd done, because they knew there were going to be a hell of a lot of Liverpool, they switched the ground round, so that the cow shed became the home side and the town paddock and half of the main stand, and the other half and the cop was left for Liverpool supporters, who incidentally filled it. But this woman, she come in a town paddock and she said, I want to get with, I'm Liverpool, she had Liverpool shares on. She said, I want to go with the Liverpool supporters. So I got on my radio and I said, I've got this lady and her daughter. They've come in the wrong entrance and they want to get to the Kop. Can I take them through? Yeah, okay. So you take them through the back of the stands, you know. And we're walking on. When we come to the tunnel, there's John Aldridge stood there talking to somebody else. And next thing, she breaks away from me. Aldo, oh, you've got to have me. I said, excuse me, come here. I said, you can't just walk up to Mr. Aldridge. I said, look, I'm sorry, but if you don't come away now, you won't be going up in the Kop. You'll be going out. And he looked shocked. I think he thought she might be going to attack him, you know. Anyway, I said, I'm awful sorry, Mr. Aldridge. I'll get him. So anyway, I got them through and I got him in the Kop. And on the way back, he stopped me and he said, thanks very much. He said, I would have given her an autograph or let her have a photograph. Yeah. He said, but, you know, Aldo. He said, I'm in my suit. Yeah. I'm not in playing gear. I'm in my suit. I said, I know you're Mr. Aldridge.
Is this when he was the manager of Tranmere?
No. He just come that night to see the game, you know. I said, exactly. I said, if you were wearing Tranmere kit, if you were still playing for Tranmere, you know, and she said that. I said, well, they do, don't they? I said, but you're Mr. Aldridge. You're in your suit. You're here privately to see the game. And it struck a chord with me then, that when you see people, like, I was watching the PSG game, and a little kid.
Oh, Neymar, yeah.
He held. No, at Liverpool, watching when he played PSG.
No, I thought you meant when a little boy ran on the pitch to Neymar.
No. And a little kid holds a piece of card up and says, Mr. Salah, can I have your shirt? Yeah. Now, if he'd put Mo Salah, he probably wouldn't get it. But he had, Mr. Salah, can I please have your shirt? And Mo took his shirt off and handed it to him.
The game before that was the PSG game. PSG were in France, and a kid ran on the pitch to Neymar, and he was crying because I don't see the big fuss about Neymar, but Neymar like shielded him from security, grabbing him, and then took his shirt off, gave him his shirt. But I thought that's great. It looks great. Yeah. But it set a bit of a bad precedent because then
everyone wants to do it. You got 500 people running on the pitch with your one shirt.
I'll tell you what happened last night. A cat ran on the pitch. It was probably the most exciting thing that happened in the 90 minutes.
Well, I can tell you a story about a cat as well. I was at the Liverpool game against Strom's Godset. You won't remember that. Liverpool won 11-0.
Yeah, when was that?
Oh, it was in the 70s. And they were about 10-0 up. Everyone had scored except the goalkeeper. Anyway, their winger got the ball and he broke away and he's shooting down the wing. And my head's gone. The goalkeeper, Ray Clements, he's in goal. And he stood there with his arms folded. He definitely wanted this guy to score a goal. And he wasn't going to save it, you know, because it's 10-0 up. He didn't give it. You know, the Kop was loving it. They were singing all the songs and everything. And as this guy goes running down the wing, this cat ran out and tripped him up. Now, we all used to sing a song, we all ate Leeds and Leeds and Leeds, we all ate Leeds, you know, and all this. They were all singing, you know, we all ate dogs and dogs and dogs, but we all love cats. And when the match finished, the Kop stayed. Bring out the cat, bring out the cat. And Bob Paisley came out with the cat and a bowl of milk and put it on the pitch with the cat.
Did he?
Yeah, you wouldn't see anything like that these
nowadays,
days,
would you?
Yeah, but honestly, I mean, if anyone can remember that night, you know, you'll know I'm telling the truth. As true as I'm sitting here. Yeah. Oh, but he said even the cats are on Liverpool side, you know.
You wouldn't get that nowadays, would you?
No. But so we had some great nights then. I took my son. He was only a toddler then, and he wanted to go on the Kop. And it was a derby game, and I thought, bit iffy. Oh, and he was crying. He definitely wanted to go on the Kop. So anyway, I took him. And what I used to do, I used to stand with the barrier behind me, leaning against the barrier. So if the crowd did go forward, I didn't get crushed with him. And I had him on my shoulders. And we're watching the game, and this fella says, "Yeah, lad, pass him over, I'll give you a spell." So he gets our Gary and he puts him on his shoulders. And I'm watching the game. And after about 15, 20 minutes, I look, and he's right. I used to be sort of halfway between the goal and the corner flag. He's right behind the goal. Somebody
got passed along.
"Can I have my son back?" He wants his lad back, and he started passing him back. It couldn't happen today,
No,
but in them days when it was standing, on the cop. But I had some marvellous times.
It never happened. It's even like a friend of mine said he went, because people used to knock on Shankly's house and ask for whatever else.
Yeah.
And he'd take them in for a juice and biscuits, and he said you wouldn't believe it. Like now, if it would happen now, he said. But
you couldn't get past the gates now. They have security and electronic gates.
He went in. He said he went in when he was a kid. He's about 10 or 11, and he went in and. He said Nellie Shankly, Mrs. Shankly had the juice and the biscuits, and he said you wouldn't get that now. Yeah. Even with players, I mean, going back to like when my dad used to go to the game, players would be having a half before the game in the Blue House before Everton.
Yeah. And I was on a ciggy.
On a ciggy.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few things. I don't know how you can get them, but I've seen them on the telly. I think it was Vintage TV or something, and it showed them. And they're coming out onto the pitch, we're still having a smoke. And then some of them have even handed the ciggy to one of the fans, I finished that off.
You would imagine that these days, you wouldn't get it, would you?
No.
Have you ever seen, what's it called? The Damned United, about Brian Clough's time at Leeds?
Oh, yeah.
And even that, like, it shows you then he's going round, isn't he? He's putting orange on the thing with an ashtray.
Yeah.
So every player had an ashtray and orange for the half-time, and I remember reading it was Dixie Dean's book, and he said at half-time during the 33 Everton FA Cup final, he said when he went in, we were sitting around having a smoke at half-time talking, and you think to yourself, imagine that now. You can't even smoke on the ground. No,
it's a fact. But I mean, Bill Shankly, he used to go to Tranmere an awful lot. And he sits up in the stands. He wouldn't go in the director's box. He didn't like the director's box. He'd sit with the fans. And you'd see him up there. And he's chatting away to somebody while the match is on, And I thought, this is great. He loves his football. It used to be mainly a Friday night, and he'd be there. And there was one Saturday, I don't know what happened. I think it might have been cup games, and they were both Liverpool and Everton. And Tranmere played the Friday night. I think they were both playing away. And I was up at Arrow Park, and I went up with my mate. I was watching my mate play, and he was standing on the touchline with Bill Shankly.
That's because he loved football, didn't he?
I don't believe this. There's Bill Shankly standing. But I was too sort of timid, if you like, to go over and say anything. But somebody said later, "Oh yeah, he gets the bus over from Liverpool, and if there's games here and there's no games anywhere else, he'll come over to Arrow Park to watch the matches."
Bizarre. I mean, if you go to the museum at Liverpool on the dock, his season tickets there. Now, when he left Liverpool, they wouldn't entertain him. Liverpool, he got nothing off the club. Everton gave him a season ticket. He had an honorary season ticket for life at Goodison Park.
I think he had one for Tranmere as well.
Yeah, and Liverpool wouldn't give him any. It's bizarre, isn't it? All he done for Liverpool.
Oh yeah, he took him from a mediocre second division team to the best team in Europe.
But his season ticket that Everton gave him, because he used to go to the Everton games, because a lot of people think that he hated Everton because it was once he retired, he was at Goodison, as you said, he was at Prenton Park and whatever else. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's bizarre, isn't it? I used to do, when I worked for Cavan City, we used to do these football weekends, and we had a load of Newcastle United supporters, and Everton was playing West Ham. I remember Tony Cottee scoring. And we get there and parked the coach, and I had this young lady with me. She was like the courier, and she said, "Yeah, John, here's your tickets." So we had tickets for the Bullen's Road, and we're up in the stands and everything. Watched the game, and to be quite honest, it's the only time I've been to Goodison Park and watched the game. That was free. Anyway, that's slander.
Everton won. Now on the Sunday, we take them back that night we took him round the Cavern Quarter, if you like, and and told him how to get back to the hotel. Next day, I picked him up from the hotel, and we take him back to Goodison Park, and they get the stadium tour. And I've done a few stadium tours at Anfield and Everton. This guy comes up and he says, George, his name was, you may know him from there. And this is going back a bit, like you're going back to the 70s. 70s or 80s. Anyway, he said, do you know, you'll never find two clubs anywhere in the world like here. You go to Glasgow, Celtic or Rangers, no. He said, I'm going to tell you something now. This fella here, he supports Liverpool. And he came over and he shook my hand. He said, nice to see you, John. I said, it's nice to see you, George. He said, now, people think that Liverpool and Everton hate each other. Yeah. I'll give you an example. Stevie McMahon. Yes. When we play a derby game, I hate him. Yeah. For 90 minutes, I hate that fella. But as soon as the final whistle goes, he's come off the pitch, and as he's going to the dressing room, I say, Stevie, see you later. And he said, and we go out with our wives. So most of the Everton players get their wives, and they mingle with Liverpool players and their wives. They go out for a night out. He said, they're all mates. But for 90 minutes on a derby game, they hate each other. They will kick chunks out of each other.
Not like that. But even like now, the derby games seem to have died. I mean, I've queued for, I think one day I queued for over 12 hours trying for me derby ticket, and the buzz seems to have died off the last couple of years. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if it's because obviously the people, Everton fans, will like me saying this, but there's such a gulf now between the pair of us.
That may change when you get the new stadium.
See, if we get it now, this is what annoys me with it. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, it'll be great because it will bring in money for the city and for the council, but
are they going to be Everton Garston?
There's more pressing matters. I mean, have you seen no Churchill Way over in Liverpool?
Yeah.
The flyover?
Yeah.
That's got to be demolished now.
Why?
Because for the last 6 months there's been a sign on it saying, I think it was nothing over 10.8 tonnes or whatever. But then last Friday they done an audit on it, the two flyovers going into Dale Street. And they've been condemned. So they're closed off now. So the options are, they've got it's going to take 6 months to decide whether they're going to try and restructure it and rebuild it, or completely flatten it. Yeah. So my argument is, you knew 6 months ago that it couldn't take more than 10.8 tonnes or whatever it was. There was a weight limit on it. Why not 6 months ago? Well, listen, this might go this way, so let's put a contingency plan in place. If it happens like this, then we can start work on it. Yeah. So now when you're coming down Islington and you go to do the right to go past the Jack Jones Union House, that's it. No, you can't. They've got two options. It's going to be, because it's dangerous, it's going to be knocked down or rebuilt. Yeah. So why not 6 months ago? Why didn't they go, well, it doesn't look, obviously if it can't take the weight now, it's not going to get any better, is it? It's going to get worse. And then if it happens in 6 months' time, we've got a plan in place where we can go, well, and we won't. Liverpool's council's awful.
But it's like Lime Street Station, world famous station. It's mad to get into it. I was taking people I was working for local here. I was taking people. Now I had to go to Lime Street Station to pick these people up. You can't stop on Lime Street, so you have to go, and you can't turn up the side of the station, so you have to go all the way to the Adelphi, turn left, go up the side of the Adelphi, and then right the way around the block to come down, and hopefully, now I had a coach, hopefully then you'll find somewhere
you can pull in,
where you can pull in, and you've got parking wardens, they're up and down all the time, and I've got to then leave the coach and go to the station with a sign, hopefully to get my passengers, and then you've got to walk all the way up the road, and it was raining to get onto the coach. Then you come down, and then you've got to go all the way round, long past St George's, and then you've got to go all the way up past the Union place to come right down into the Birkenhead Tunnel. It was crazy.
I mean, even now, if you're coming into Liverpool, if you want to go down when the Giants are on this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you're coming into Liverpool to go down to the Pier Headway, you can't go down through the flyover.
No.
So where's the traffic going to go? It's going to be gridlocked at the best of times.
Yeah.
But you know, our council over our way. I mean, I'm a member of the Labour Party, but I don't like the leader of Liverpool's council for the fact that it just, a lot of it seems very underhand. Do you know what I mean? If they're all putting this money into this new Everton stadium, that's great. I'm an Everton fan, but when I see 50, 60 homeless plus sleeping on the street, now people go, oh, but you've got to be careful because some of them have a night go home and they've got this. I've been there when they're asleep in tents and in sleeping bags on the floor in the rain.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You think to yourself,
Right. And this
is not right.
21st century, sixth richest country in the world.
It's not right. I know people have said you've got it over the years where you go through the shopping centre and there's almost people sleep, but there's this thing where I think Pete Price done a thing where he follows one of them home. Now I've been on Pete Price show and I think I'm not his biggest fan. I'm not very. I like you, Jan. You're alright. And he followed this homeless person home because he wasn't homeless and he had this house and whatever else. That's one person. But when if you're going in early enough, they're not sleeping on the streets for the fun of it.
No.
Do you know what I mean? In the lashing down rain in the winter and.
I mean, there's a guy and he sits by the Halifax in town, and he's polite. But as you're walking past, have you got any spare change, please, sir? Now, begging is illegal.
Yeah.
But nobody, you see the community police and they just walk past, you know, but he never asked them for any money. I have given him money in the past and then I thought, hang on, he's probably got more money than me. You know, he's put all his dirtiest clothes on and everything and he sits there every day. God knows how much money he's making.
There is people who, as you said, who do that. But then there's a lot of genuine people.
But the thing is, you see him and he's sit there with a cigarette, smoking £9 a packet now for 20 fags. I couldn't afford £9 a packet. That's why I vape.
Yeah.
Because it keeps the voice going and what have you, believe it or not. But he's smoking cigarettes. I thought, hang on, £9 a packet.
It's a bit extra, yeah.
Yeah, so. Anyway, let's have a bit of music. Give ourselves a break. Here's the Cause as well.
I know. I've seen him. I don't want to be locked in a room with him neither. Now, Westlife or Take That? No, that's a different question.
Yeah, well, Boyzone.
Oh yes, saw them. He was, because when he came out gay, remember Stephen Gately? I remember being about 12 or 13 and we were going to Dublin and it was massive because remember, you know, when they decided the Echo thing, what did they call, where they put the headline news. I couldn't believe that because I knew I was gay at that time, but I was in the closet at the back of Narnia. Do you know what I mean? And, there was that many people saying, like, it was such a big thing, and I thought, you know, he was my first crush.
Well, years ago they used to hide it like Rock Hudson and all that. They get married just to give this appearance of being, you know.
Well,
no,
Elton John didn't he? Reg Dwight. He got married.
Yeah. Look at Freddie Mercury. People never knew he was gay until he actually. No. He was dead, wasn't he?
And when they first came out, they're singing about love, obviously, and this, that, and the other. And people always assumed they were singing about a girl. They probably were.
Probably singing about a fellow.
Well, a mate of mine, I only wish I'd have put a bet on with him because I only bet on certainties. If I was going to put a bet on the National, I wait till it shows the replay and then I put my bet on. But he said, "No, Freddie Mercury's not gay," and then, you know. It's in all the papers, you know, when he came out, if you like, and he said Freddie Mercury's gay. And then when he died, I said, oh, isn't that sad? Freddie Mercury died of AIDS. He never died of AIDS. But what this fella, and he called himself intelligent, and I said, it's there. Oh, they're telling lies, you know. Newspapers can't tell lies like Freddie Mercury died of AIDS. If he didn't, they'd be sued out of business.
Because with the thing with that is it's accepted, isn't it? A lot more than like maybe even 10 years ago, but there's still a bit of a stigma to it. Do you know what I mean? There's still a bit of a...
What I can't understand is that two gay people or two lesbians can get married.
Yeah.
But a heterosexual couple can't have this. Not married, but this other
civil partnership. That changed yesterday, didn't it?
Did it?
Yeah, Mrs. Our lovely Prime Minister, she said that it's going to get pushed through that.
Is she heterosexual? Somebody said she walks like an ironing board.
As I was the ironing board, I wouldn't be happy about that comment.
No. But it just seems strange that a heterosexual couple couldn't have a civil partnership.
I think that it's weird, isn't it? Because you're fighting for equality, so you want the same things. You want same-sex marriage. We get that. You want. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand. I don't understand why. I mean, civil partnership's just basically the same as marriage.
Yeah. And what it is, I think it's something to do with pension rights and things like that.
It's just another name not to be happy in it for the rest of your life, really. Sorry, my other half's listening. But another thing I wanted to ask you, do you know Ofcom, who listen to all this stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, I done my first ever complaint into the BBC last week. I've never complained to the BBC in my life. And I put my first ever complaint in last Thursday night over some idiot on Question Time. And then they give me a response and he said, if you're not happy with it, you've got to go to Ofcom. I was thinking, so there's no point, is there? Because you're just going to get fobbed off all the way.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, we've had complaints. We've had presenters here who we've had to dismiss them because they've said things in here and used bad language as well. And they said, well, it was all done in fun. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. No, I mean, it was on Question Time last Thursday. And it takes a lot to offend me. Do you know what I mean? I'm quite like thick-skinned.
Back, easy going.
No, you know, I mean, yeah, basically. I mean, Graham's had a pop a few times, but I'm quite
Pop.
he thinks I'm quite laid back. I've got bronchitis, I can't laugh. And there was Ron Liddell. He was a columnist for the Sun newspaper.
I don't read the Sun.
No, I don't read the Sun, but he was on. He was one of the panel. And they were talking about the Labour Party conference, and then all of a sudden he went into this rant about because did you see the video when they put a motion through that they were going to look into boycotting Israeli goods? There was all the Palestine flags in the conference. Yeah. This is thousands of people with the flags. So this Ron Liddell goes all people in the conference waving. Well, fair enough, yeah, they did. He said, but then walking around with the lanyard sponsored by Hamas. And I went, you can't say that. I was at the conference. The lanyard people had on was from I won't name the group, a Palestinian solidarity group. But he said Labour delegates walking around with a lanyard sponsored by Hamas. And I thought, this is on BBC. You can't be saying that. And the BBC's reply to me was, Mr. Dimbleby, Ian Lavery, it was the NMP, was outraged by the comments, and Mr. Dimbleby gave him a chance to answer and all. But you still can't say it. You can't say they're walking around with lanyards sponsored by terrorists when it's not factually correct. No. Saying that, though, we work for the Sun, so I should have expected nothing else.
Yeah. I once used the Sun. I'm going to get no, we will get off. I once used the Sun. You remember years ago when you couldn't buy toilet rolls, you used to tear the Echo up into squares. I used the Sun and got piles. Ouch. Oh, the complaints will come rolling in. Now, I said, I actually bought the Sun a couple of months ago. What it was, I have this paper. And I don't do the politics in it, but I find things like Prince Charles Bentley does 13 to the gallon. It's going for 12,000 quid. You know, my new car cost 3 times that. You know, but yeah, it's little things like that. Like there was a fella, an American, and he shot a black bear. The black bear was at the top of a ridge, and it fell on him.
That's what he got.
He's got life-threatening injuries. I thought, great, good. I hope the bear survived, you know, and stuff like that I'd read out. But I went to the paper shop, and what I hate now, if you buy a product and it looks